For more than 2 years, the Israeli military has systematically targeted Gaza's health system, reducing it to the brink of collapse. Despite a US-brokered ceasefire, doctors warn that they are still struggling to save lives because of Israel's ongoing blockade on the entry of essential supplies. The UN says more than 60% of primary health centres and hospitals across Gaza are non-functional or have been destroyed. The most critical drug shortages are in emergency services, particularly in IVs, antibiotics and painkillers. There are no functioning MRI machines, only 6 CT scanners available across the Strip, meant to serve around 2 million people. And there is only one cardiac surgery room that's operational. Around 4,000 patients are suffering from cancer, waiting for care that they cannot get in Gaza itself, waiting to be medically evacuated. 65-year-old Abedel Halim Abo Askar is one of them. He's been battling prostate cancer for 4 years now. Abed was scheduled to have an operation on October the 10th, 2023. But 3 days before that, Israel launched its war, postponing his urgently needed treatment. Well, Abed and his family have suffered immense loss throughout Israel's genocidal war. His 28-year-old daughter, Shaima, her entire family, along with her 2 children and husband, were killed in an Israeli airstrike, hitting their apartment in Gaza City. That's a month after the war began. Well, joining us from Gaza City is Abed's son, Ahmed Abo Askar. He is a Gaza resident trying to have his father evacuated from the Strip for much-needed cancer treatment. Many thanks for joining us on Al Jazeera. So people in Gaza have been waiting for this day for 2 years. What did the announcement that the Rafah crossing was opening mean for you in reality, though?
أنا أحمد أبو عسكر والدي اسمه عبد الحليم أبو عسكر أنا ما اسمي.
My name is Ahmed Abo Askar.
Yes, my name is Ahmed Abo Askar, not Abdel Halim.
My name is Ahmed, not Abdel Halim.
المعبر كل يوم
The crossing, matter of fact, is related to so many news, but until now, we have seen nothing. We haven't seen the crossing being opened, and we have been like 2 years and 4 months in this situation, and every day they say we will open the crossing, Rafah crossing will be open, be patient, we will open Rafah crossing and things like that. But until now, nothing has happened since the start of the war until the moment. No one has contacted us to go outside the Strip for treatment. My father has a prostate cancer. He applied in January to be treated outside the Gaza Strip, and we got already the approval, but until now, no one has contacted us. We are still in Gaza. My father was supposed to do the surgery on the 10th of October, but the war erupted at the 7th, and until the moment, he didn't do the operation. They told that the crossing will be open on Sunday, but nothing is happening, and no hope for the time being. The cases are very few, those cases who left Gaza. If there is 1,000 cancer cases, only 1 or 2 cases can leave the Gaza Strip for treatment outside. And this is so little number.
Could you talk us through the process of getting your father on this list to use the Rafah crossing? It is my understanding that there are tens of thousands of patients and thousands of cancer patients on the urgent waiting list for evacuation, but the current pilot scheme only allows for 150 people per day to leave Gaza. How do you navigate that process?
We do nothing. Literally, we can do nothing. No treatment, no investigation. We have no hope to leave Gaza. As I said, my father needs to do the operation, and we don't know what to do. We don't know about his health situation. We applied more than once, and our request has been approved. We got the approval, but as I said, there are no medicines. Medicines are not available at all, and no investigations, because all the hospitals have been destroyed, particularly Al-Shifa Hospital and Nasser Hospital. The European hospital is out of service. That's why the most important 3 hospitals are not working. So how can my father get some treatment or get some medicine? And we don't know about his case. He is a cancer case, and he is supposed to do certain operations outside Gaza Strip.
Now, we know that obviously the kind of cancer that your father has is the kind of cancer, prostate cancer, that if it is caught early enough, is completely treatable. The survival rate is very, very high indeed with modern medicine. But what you're saying is the kind of care available in Gaza because of the war could potentially be a huge risk to your father, an unnecessary risk.
Yes, yes. My father is not only a cancer patient, he suffers from diabetes and pressure, blood pressure, and life here is a disaster. Life is catastrophic. The situation is seriously bad. We don't have medicines. We don't have working hospitals.
Oh, it looks like, unfortunately, the connection to Ahmed Abo Askar in Gaza there has failed, unfortunately, but we did get, of course, a sense of the huge challenges faced by him and his family in a 2-year war that has already led to the loss of both his sister and his nieces as well. We'll move on for now, but the hope is, of course, that Ahmed Abo Askar will allow his father, Ahmed Halim Abo Askar, to leave for treatment first in Egypt, potentially also in Belgium, where he has family members as well. We're going to try and re-establish that contact with him. You're looking at some of the most recent images that we have had earlier on in the day of the opening of that Rafah crossing, one of the most important lifelines linking Gaza to Egypt, the only crossing that doesn't go through Israel itself. It's said to be a pilot scheme with a limited number of people of around 150 a day that will be allowed to leave Gaza. Ahmed Abo Askar is back on the line. I'm glad that we were able to restore contact with you. I wanted to ask you this because you have known a huge amount of suffering in the past 2 years. Your sister and her 2 children were killed. How do you even begin to process everything your family has been through these past 2 years? And does that make you more determined than ever to get your father the kind of help that he needs right now?
We have lived difficulties, rough life during the war. No one in the world can tolerate what we have gone through. We asked to travel. We asked to be treated outside. We need to go for treatment outside Gaza Strip. We love life. We need to stay alive. And our life is very rough and very tough. We've been hurt and hit everywhere, here and there and everywhere in the Gaza Strip. We lost relatives and beloved ones every day, and tension is quite high. Tension is very high. We live in tension because life is difficult and we have no basics, we have no gas, we have no water. We have almost nothing. we suffer a lot to get something like some water or little food. And the difficulties, the most important and bitter matter, when an intelligence Israeli officer come and tell you, leave your house, leave your area, and go out. This is tough. You go to certain places where you don't know anyone. Sometimes you don't know even where to go. And sometimes when you reach a certain area, you don't have a space to set up your tent. And you start looking for water. Where is electricity? You cannot charge even your mobile. So the situation was very hard and still very hard.
Ahmed, while you have been talking, we have been looking at some pictures of your sister, 28-year-old Shaima, and your two nieces. It's almost impossible to understand from where we are what the extent of that loss may feel like. I want to ask you about your hopes for the immediate future, because what about the prospect of your father getting to Belgium, or indeed you getting to Belgium, where you have relatives? It does, of course, take the initiative and the support of third-party countries for evacuations to be sponsored, supported. All of this must come at huge expense and a huge amount of uncertainty.
ما فهمت السؤال.
There are certain things that we don't know. Sometimes we cannot describe the volume of pain. Our language is not enough to describe the pain and the bitterness that we are feeling. We feel a lot of pain that cannot be described by words. The volume of pain is too much, and it will stay forever with us.
Ahmed Abo Askar, we wish you and, of course, the rest of your family the very best in your hopes of getting your father all the care he needs at this hugely challenging time. Many thanks for speaking to us on Al Jazeera.
Don't miss out on the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.